Hello, YouTube. I hope that all of you are well. Thank you for joining me today. I have a few thoughts I would like to share with you as I drive. So let's get started here. Okay, music, check. Excellent. We are off and running. It is natural to extend ourselves with others. One way we do this is by exchange of ideas via conversations. In our communications, we all have various expectations. This venture can present challenges. One obstacle we may come across is engagement with shaming tactics. Let's face it, it is not uncommon for people to mask their intent with claims of genuine concern. This appears to especially be popular when addressing particular topics. Differentiating what is genuine scrutiny and what should be considered shameful can be difficult. This task is made more difficult if the individual making the presentation is charismatic or excels at shaping rhetoric and propaganda. Addressing of one's sexuality and attitudes towards unfavorable behavior within certain subsets, let's say ethnic groups, comes to mind. We can see on social media how one can and how people do unload or dump on others. They orchestrate the exchange, not primarily with valid observations where morals can be examined, thereby generating something tangible that may assist one to grow. No. They monopolize the opportunity and focus on perceived inadequacies. It can be reasoned that they are attempting to circumvent thought and provide a direct route to negative emotions. These sorts appear preoccupied with relieving waste products from their internal tapes. They do this by intensely focusing on or about the problem. In conjunction with this action, they show no interest in treating the specific weak points. This should bring us to the realization that it is within our best interest to deploy discernment. Remember, unveiling of intention, more often than not, will display opposites. So, do not be surprised when liberation means slavery, sustainability means death, transparency means secrecy, democracy means imperialism, patriotism means terrorism. Promises are lies, and change, yes, change that you can believe in, means more of the same. It is within this bramble that the most mentally resourceful can take advantage of their gifts, where they can use truth as a point of departure. Now, I think shame can have a positive effect to motivate one. Or I should say, I think shame can positively motivate one or push one in the right direction. However, I suggest it is best digested when we bring it to our own plate. This is assuming we are in a healthy place in our life. So, if you sit back and think about what it means to be a proud American, let's say, sure, you can easily go to the official reasons, the approved reasons, as to why this is such a good place. However, deeper examination may bring you to a more balanced state, a place where you can see the pluses and minuses. We may, for example, realize that America is an Israeli puppet. Yeah, I said it, it's out there. And it's very true. History shows this was painfully blatant when Bush Jr. blocked every effort to stop the Israeli slaughter of Lebanese civilians. Barricades upon barricades were generated when he said no to the UN, no to the European Union, and even at the time, the pro-American Lebanese Prime Minister. Obviously, he appeared to enjoy Israel's anger and destructive behavior. So when we come to the realization of what truly occurred, and we spend time investigating this reality that is in our past, and we understand that few people spoke against it, we should, in my opinion, feel shame. No joy should be taken from voices not screaming out when the president gives his puppeteer permission to drop bombs on convoys of villagers fleeing from Israeli shelling on residential neighborhoods in the capital of Beirut and on virtually every piece of infrastructure on which civilized life depends. So we are speaking of such things as hospitals, power plants, where there was food production and storage, on ports, civilian airports, bridges, and roads. However, when others feign affection or concern, should we feel shame? I say no. So, of course, we have a responsibility in what we bring to our doorstep. We do not have to continually listen to people who have proven themselves to be toxic. We do not have to overextend ourselves and make excuses for others. It appears popular for people to do this by claiming that a certain person is providing tough love, or that truth is a bitter pill to swallow. Well, when in reality, they know inside they have been used as a toilet. Someone just took a big dump on their head and heart. This may provide temporary or ongoing relief, but you are stuck with the shit they deposited. This action brings no personal growth, so I am not suggesting shame is outdated or needs to be eliminated. Indeed, certain private activities or ritual should be considered shameful if inappropriately brought into the public arena. Hence, when this does not occur, we can find the replacement for shame substituted out with more narcissistic realities. Think Jerry Springer. When considering the typical behavior on his programming, such antics should indeed generate a very valid reason to feel shame. Another example for genuine shame I provided earlier. So if you are going to frame shame in a manner that can be helpful, may I suggest that you target Monsanto, the Vatican, or U.S. domestic and international policy. Many times, if guided by emotional maturity, reason, and a dash, just a dash of empathy, we will see ripping into each other is not justifiable. Many times when we invest in such behavior, I suggest we are only bringing negativity to others and using avoidance when dealing with our own personal shit. We put into play energy that can potentially and unnecessarily generate alienation. Thank you for your time today. I have arrived at my destination. Be well.